In this video, we'll be looking at a very active weather pattern. A storm system is going to form and affect most of the country. After that, we'll be looking at the long-range forecast. This storm system is going to bring the threat of severe weather across parts of the south. After that, we'll be looking at a possible heat wave across parts of the west coast. We got a lot to talk about, let's get into it. Hello everybody, Will here, back to talk about the weather. First things first, we're going to take a look at the storm system that's going on across the Great Lakes right now, bringing some lake effect snow to some spots. After that, we'll be taking a look at some other stuff that's going on. We're beginning to enter another really active pattern after this calm period, and there could be some bumps in the road ahead. So starting off with this storm system, this is for noon today, Thursday. We have this system starting to enter the Great Lakes region, bringing some moderate to heavy snow. As we go into the afternoon and evening, snow starts to become more widespread in places like Wisconsin and Michigan as this little system races through. There could be some areas of heavier lake effect snow, especially on the east side of the lakes. And as we go through Friday morning into the afternoon, it starts to slide east up into Canada. There could be some lingering lake effect snow, but it shouldn't be anything too heavy or widespread. But areas under these bands could get a little bit more snowfall than others. And then by Sunday afternoon, it pretty much clears up. And there could be a little bit of snow over on the extreme east coast. I talked about those two pieces of energy in my last video that phase together, and models were hinting at them phasing earlier, bringing more widespread snow up to the northeast. But they've kind of backed away from that, and the NAM model, the one I'm using right now, tends to be way too aggressive with over-amplifying systems. So I don't really believe this. However, there could be some light snow across parts of the east coast. However, it shouldn't be anything like it was a couple weeks ago. Another big story we have to talk about is a heat wave in the southwest, specifically around the LA area. The National Weather Service in Los Angeles just posted this in the last day or two. Highs between 85 and 90 degrees from now through Sunday. And of course, there's some safety advice. Drink plenty of water, stay hydrated, don't leave children and pets unattended in hot cars, wear sunscreen, and take breaks in the shade if you're feeling overheated. Here's a zoomed in look at the Los Angeles area with the temperatures. Today, highs aren't going to be as bad. Highs may be getting up to the mid to low 80s. As we go into tonight, they cool off into the low 70s to upper 60s. Friday, they're going to heat up into the upper 70s to maybe the mid 80s. And then Saturday, after a little bit of a cool off overnight, is going to be the worst day. Temperatures are going to be up to almost 90 degrees in spots, especially in this area right in here. And then we'll go into the evening and it cools off a bit, but temperatures not really getting much below 73, 74 degrees. As we go into Sunday for the Super Bowl, temperatures are going to heat back up again, almost as bad as Saturday, if not worse in some areas. Once again, 85 to 90 degrees in this area. It's going to be hot, especially for this time of the year. A lot of people are going to be caught off guard with this. If you're in these areas, you need to stay hydrated and don't push it too far. If you're feeling hot, take a break. It's not worth getting a heat stroke. Now we're going to take a look at the big picture. This is for Sunday evening into Monday. Pretty quiet weather across the U.S. We got those little disturbances bringing some light snow across portions of the North U.S. into parts of the Northeast. And right here where you see these red lines, that's this ridge of high pressure right through here, which is bringing those record temperatures in L.A. and parts of the Southwest. Now the good news is some relief is coming for you guys down there. And this is all part of the same storm system that's going to cross the country and bring active weather. So as we go into Monday, it's still pretty quiet. And as we get into early Tuesday, this upper level low starts to dive down from the north. This is our storm system right here. Earlier models had this upper level low more in this area, but they've dug it more to the southwest, which means California could get some of this rain and snow in parts of the mountains. It shouldn't be a huge system for you guys, but any moisture I'm sure is appreciated, especially with the drought that's been going on. This upper level low dives to the south as we go into Tuesday into Wednesday, bringing light rain and snow across parts of the southwest. As we get into Wednesday, these pieces of energy all start to come together. This piece up here, this low down here, as well as some moisture across the central part of the U.S. They all come together in this one big storm system. And this really happens Wednesday into Thursday. That low pressure strengthens and it brings a lot of rain and snow across parts of the central U.S. I think the greatest severe weather threat at the time is right in this area where that cold front is trailing down and you got this warm moist air coming up from the south. On the northern end of things there could be some ice and snow. Wherever this sets up exactly is yet to be confirmed as this is still a week out, but it'll be closely monitored. And then as we get into late next week, Thursday into Friday, it shifts to the east, bringing a lot of rain to parts of the eastern seaboard. And there is some snow, but it's mostly all up in Canada. And then after that, looking way out, there could be some more disturbances along the line, but this is our main story for now. And now we'll talk about the severe weather threat. So right now we're looking at Thursday afternoon. There's a lot of rain and storms going on, and there's a cold front right through here with warm, moist air ahead of it. And if we take a look at the temperatures, we could really see where that cold front is. Right through here. It's a pretty strong cold front too. And you got temps in the 60s and 70s out here, and then you got dew points in the 60s through here, which is supportive of severe weather. Now if we look at the convective available potential energy, it's basically the fuel that these storms use. There is a little bit through here. There's not a whole lot, but there is enough for some severe weather. The big difference maker is if clouds clear out ahead of this and the sun comes out, it's going to raise these values and make severe weather more likely. Granted, we are still talking a week out, so the small details are still yet to be worked out. But if we take a look at the 500 millibar wind speeds, these areas where that moisture and convective available potential energy as well as the wind shear all combine right here is where severe weather is going to be most likely. There's plenty of wind shear with this storm for severe weather. It really all just depends on the storm mode, the instability, and a few other small factors. However, the general pattern is given the idea that severe weather is a possibility. Here's the Storm Prediction Center's thoughts on that. They say these and these other trends will continue to be monitored over the next week, but the evolution of an organized severe weather threat appears at least possible across parts of the southern Great Plains into the Mississippi Valley and southeast late next Wednesday into Thursday. And that's what those maps I was just showing you are for. So there is a possibility of severe weather. It is looking increasingly likely because we have a big storm system with supportive wind fields. It just really depends on the instability out ahead of it and a couple other little small details that will be worked out as we get closer to this. But it's something we definitely need to keep an eye on because we're getting into that time of year where severe weather is starting to become a bigger threat. One last thing we'll look at is the 500 millibar map. It's basically looking up into the atmosphere, and those areas of lower pressure are highlighted in blue, while the areas of high pressure are in orange. And this is for Monday afternoon into Tuesday. You can see that upper level low diving south into California right in here. And the reason I think California is going to get something from this, here's 4 runs ago at this same time. See, that upper level low was more in Nevada and Utah and Arizona, but now it is back toward California. And then that dives out, goes toward the central United States. These two pieces of energy come together, and this big storm system forms right in here with unsettled weather. And this is Wednesday into Thursday. And then it moves to the east, kind of falls apart, and then another ridge builds in with some calm weather. And then after that, looking out more, it looks to get a little bit more unsettled again. So there's a lot going on. Our main concern is going to be this storm system and getting through that, as well as that heat wave down in California. Now when we're this far out, things are going to change, models flip-flop and whatnot, but we do have high confidence that there's going to be a big storm system next week. A lot of the country is going to get unsettled weather, anywhere from rain to snow to maybe even severe weather, especially in places like the Mid-South, and it's something we're going to keep an eye on. Anyways, that's all I got for today. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your time. I hope you guys all have a great day. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps the channel out so much, and I will see you guys in the next update.